Have you noticed? iPhones are more expensive now. Washing machines have gone up in price. Cars are harder to buy than before. It's not a coincidence, and it's very likely. You're silently paying the price for a war you didn't choose. When the US government imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, they said it was to punish Beijing. But the truth is, those tariffs didn't stop at the border. They've wormed their way into every item you buy every day. From the phone in your pocket to the car in the parking lot, they're all silently inflating in price. So, who's really bearing the brunt of this trade war? And why are Americans, not the Chinese, the ones picking up the tab? The answer may surprise you. The US-China trade war stemmed from a long-standing imbalance in the trade balance between the two countries. For many years, the US continuously imported large volumes of cheap goods from China, resulting in a trade deficit of hundreds of billions of dollars annually. Many US lawmakers and businesses saw this as a threat to domestic manufacturing, jobs, and technological self-sufficiency. When President Donald Trump took office, he declared that he would make America great again by prioritizing domestic production and adopting tougher trade policies. One of the main measures was to impose high tariffs on Chinese goods to pressure Beijing into changing policies deemed unfair, such as industrial subsidies, forced technology transfers, and lack of intellectual property protection. China quickly retaliated with similar tariffs, targeting strategic US goods, especially agricultural products. Since then, the trade relations between the two countries entered a period of unprecedented tension, lasting for years and having widespread impacts on the global economy. When the US government imposed tariffs on imported goods from China, it didn't just impact large corporations, it directly affected the wallets of American consumers. These tariffs increased the cost of importing many essential items like iPhones, washing machines, TVs, electronic components, and even cars. Importers didn't absorb all these costs. They passed most of the burden onto consumers through price hikes. As a result, prices for goods rose significantly, contributing to inflation in various sectors. This issue became even more severe as global supply chains were disrupted by the pandemic and the energy crisis. It's not only consumers who suffer, but small and medium-sized businesses also face higher operational costs, forcing them to cut staff or shut down. This cycle has damaged the domestic economy, contrary to the original goal of protecting America. From consumer goods to jobs, the price tag of the trade war is being paid by the American people. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the next economic stories. Trump claimed that China was paying the price in the trade war. But the reality is that American consumers are the ones bearing the cost of these tariffs. Although the goal of the tariffs was to protect domestic manufacturing and reduce the trade deficit, they led to a sharp increase in the price of imported goods. Items like iPhones, washing machines, cars, and many other consumer products became more expensive, driving up the cost of living for American families. According to data, the average American household had to spend an additional $800 to $1,200 per year due to these tariffs. It's the consumers, not China or large corporations, who are facing the greatest impact. Essential products that people regularly use became more expensive, which reduced their purchasing power and affected their daily lives. In the end, when the tariff policy was implemented, it was the American people who paid the highest price for this trade war. Trump said China was paying the price. But in the end, it's your wallet that's bearing the brunt. But it's not just urban consumers who are affected. In the cornfields, soybean farms, and livestock operations in the heartland of America, millions of farmers are losing export contracts, being squeezed on prices, and even going bankrupt. They don't live in Beijing, nor do they work on Wall Street, yet they are the ones suffering the most. Stay tuned for part 2, the farmers on the front line. To understand why American farmers have become the silent victims in this war without gunfire, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments.